Hello there, my very good friends. On today's wrestling news, we have a backstage update on Vince McMahon meddling with Raw, and yeah, he's managed to piss the women's division off again.
WWE are making major changes to their current premium live event formats.
Gonna tell you what WWE stars think of CM Punk showing up at Raw.
And MJF tweets and deletes criticism of the dangers of modern wrestling. I'm Adam Wilborn.
And I'm Andy Murray.
And this is the news.
Yeah, two people we never talk about today, Vince McMahon and CM Punk.
Good.
Let's start with the demented billionaire. Fightful have come through with a report on the changes he made to Raw, which we briefly covered yesterday, but this report is more comprehensive and it goes through some of the specific things he actually switched around. So it was reported yesterday that he was changing things remotely. PW Insider came through with that report. Fightful have the update here. So, cancelled. Piper Niven versus Candice LeRae just wiped out, along with a segment featuring both wrestlers and Trish Stratus backstage. That was pulled as well, and this is despite both of those things previously featuring on rundowns that were circulated 1 hour before the show. Added to the card in the place of this match was Street Profits versus Cedric Alexander, which was a good match, admittedly.
Yeah.
But like you said yesterday, of course it was. Look at the people who are in it. They're great. Mustafa Ali versus Chad Gable. That actually had some minutes trimmed. So if the finish felt abrupt...
Rubbish, it was 2 minutes.
Yeah.
More time, they're brilliant.
So if it felt abrupt to you, that's why. It was trimmed despite only being scheduled for a single segment. Some other unspecified matches also had time cut and or the winners and losers changed. I'm sure there are reasons. And a planned backstage segment featuring members of the women's division and Adam Pearce was altered as well. Fightful note that the other matches that took place on the show were originally scheduled, but there were plenty of changes on the night. Maybe some of those finish changes that they mentioned earlier in the article, just putting 2 and 2 together there. And the lineup was not posted backstage until late on. Now, the comments about the women's division are pretty interesting because this is the second consecutive week that we've had a report of this nature. Fightful note that the division, members of that division, have become pretty vocal about their content being cut from the shows, which seems to be like a near weekly basis these days. PW Insider actually reported similar last week, when there was a bunch of stuff scrapped, including one backstage segment that had already been filmed. They filmed it and they just didn't put it on TV. And that had caused some unhappiness and some frustration, which is very understandable. When you get told, hey, we're going to do a thing, and then you don't do the thing last minute, that's pretty annoying.
It's annoying being told to come to TV and then just sitting in catering. That's bad enough.
Yeah.
But when you put a load of hard work in something and they just go, yeah, we're not going to use it.
Yeah, exactly. And like there was the thing like Bayley being kind of just pulled from Raw a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Which sparked a bunch of weird speculation and stuff. But hey, look, Vince is the final creative say now. Once again, I think that the current setup is probably, and this is just me theorizing, Triple H writes a show with his writers, and he thinks it's done or whatever, and then Vince just comes in on Monday and like takes a hatchet through it and changes various parts. Whether he's at the show or doing it remotely, he's in the weeds.
Yeah, look, I'm obviously pissed off about him just taking a hatchet, like you say, to this women's division booking completely. But also, you can't run a show like this. It's untenable to be able to keep doing this going forward because, like, even if it's something is kept but moved around or it's time changed, that's going to throw the people in it, whether it's a match, whether it's a promo, whatever it is, it's going to be a shambles. And Raw's going to start spiraling like it did before Triple H took over. And yes, maybe booked matches that were a little bit too long for no apparent reason, but vastly improved that show. Yeah. Look, the answer's right there. If he's doing it remotely, just say, sorry, Vince, you're breaking up, mate, I can't hear you.
No internet
and then
in
just
the
throw the laptop into the sea.
Yeah.
And do the show yourself, Hunter, because it's far better when he's in charge.
Yeah, it's like you can sit and there are... You know, the Triple H era wasn't perfect.
No.
Like, no wrestling show is ever perfect. But
NXT.
Maybe Black and Gold, like 2015. But miles better, leagues above the Vince offerings. And look, and to be fair, it's not like Triple H did a particularly good job with the women's division either.
No.
That being said, at least they were getting matches and segments on the show.
Yeah.
So, you know, there's lots to weigh up. Vince is rubbish.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's the summary. But good news if you were concerned about that, because this will put your mind at ease. They might bring back brand-specific premium live events now. This comes from the brilliant Worked Wrestling, who've put through some good stuff recently. They reported this yesterday. The day after, of course, sorry, I'm getting my days confused. The day after Triple H revealed that new world title
off.
belt.
I think it's like Friday or something.
We got 2 3-day weekends coming up because we just bloody love the royal family here in the UK. Okay.
I mean, speak for yourself.
Yeah, I do when they give me a bank holiday. Hey, you all right. That World Heavyweight Championship has grown on me. I have to admit.
Well,
I keep seeing it and going, oh, do I like it now?
All right, okay. You know what, right? It's not the absolute worst title design they've come up.
No.
Like the tag team titles that are like the bronze plate and like I mean the thing is
that weird one they unveiled in New Japan. Was it the world title? They were like, here we go, it's new. Why have you doing? You've ruined this.
Would you like a kid's toy to replace the best belt design in wrestling? Good one, New Japan. But yeah.
My favourite belt is the one that Sidgwick introduced me to. Is it Open the Dream Gate?
Yeah.
It's got a lock on it,
got
guys.
a locking key. You put your little thing in there when you win it.
Anyway, brand exclusive premium pay-per-views, whatever you want to call them. Obviously, first started in WWE in 2002 with Insurrection and Rebellion. That continued until 2007, and then this was early Wilborn WhatCulture days. 2017, they brought it all back, and it was like there was one every 2 weeks or something bonkers. 5 exclusive pay-per-views Raw and SmackDown got each, along with the Royal Rumble, WrestleMania, SummerSlam, and Survivor Series. Yeah, it was a busy old time in the business,
time.
and that was when there was only one real major company.
Yeah, that was wild. It felt like we were doing like a live stream every 2 weeks periods. Yeah, so I mean, in an ideal utopia, there are positive arguments you can make for this, right? It gets more people in stories, gets more people on pay-per-view, spotlight for them, spreads things out, prevents repetitive matches theoretically. Like all of these
pay-per-views would all be short, you would assume.
Exactly.
2.5, 3 hours.
So like there's a lot of great theories that you can throw out there, but in practice, this usually kind of sucks.
Yeah.
Like 2017 was a bad year for WWE pay-per-views. I think it was Fastlane in particular. It had like Rusev versus Big Show and other such calamities. And that was like the last full year of these dual branded brand-specific pay-per-views.
Yeah.
So, like, history tells us that this will suck. Also, the guy writing the shows back then is the same guy who's who's changing them now.
This is exactly what I was going to say, Andy. They've got the talent. If they could have a show every 2 weeks, right, and feasibly, you could say, I could buy that. I could buy that Chad Gable could leave as world champion or whatever because he's brilliant in the ring. And they've arguably got the writers to set that up. It's just the guy at the very top would ruin it all.
Yeah, that's it. Like, if you could tell me it was going to be good, and it was going to be like an effective, efficient use of the wonderful roster that this roster is ridiculously stacked, and that all these utopian ideas of more people getting on the show and all of this and matches being fresh. If you could guarantee me that, I would be all for this. But history tells us that that's not the case. I think this is a horrible idea, and I think it has probably come from the horrible man who usually comes up with these ideas.
More money, more corporate bollocks.
People sometimes get a little bit upset when you call Vince McMahon horrible and stuff. It's like, what happened to him last year?
Yeah.
Anyway, speaking of people, here's Larry. Vince, of course, threw CM Punk out Raw, kind of.
He picked him up by his collar, is what my... No, obviously it was all very amicable.
To be fair, right? To be fair, I mean, he's kind of got a point there. It's like, brother, you don't work here. What's going on? It's a situation.
I pictured it like, the scene in The Office where Michael doesn't know Toby's back and they're like, I'm just going to take some cake round. Why are you doing that? I'm just taking it to Punk. Good one.
CM Punk is Toby from The Office.
I don't think necessarily Triple H would have done the full no!
Yeah.
But who knows?
He might still have kicked his ass out, but like, I mean, they can do that. It's their room. They can do what they want. CM Punk was at Raw, you know that. We spoke about it yesterday, but there's some new details on this that have come through. Basically, Dave Meltzer reported on Wrestling Observer that there are people within WWE who reckon that CM Punk was there because he wants to come back.
Yes.
Yes. People within WWE, some people think that. Fightful reported previously that other people in WWE thought that he was just doing a publicity stunt for an AEW return. So you've got two different perspectives there. I think that the people who think he was angling for a WWE comeback are probably wrong. He's contracted, he can't negotiate anywhere. So I think those people are maybe got the wrong perception. To me, right, this whole trip sounds pretty innocent. I know it's CM Punk, and I know people like to have passionate opinions either way. And look, I like CM Punk a lot.
Yeah.
That's pretty clear from my coverage over the past 2 years. I think this is pretty innocent. He was doing the commentary for the MMA show in Florida.
Yeah.
He ended up on the same flight to Chicago as the WWE personnel. A lot of WWE people live in Florida. That adds up. They invite him to the show. He's like, yeah, I'll come to the show. It's in my backyard, Rosemont. That's not far. Shows up, and he's cordial with people. He hugs Bobby Lashley. Starts his beef with The Miz. Triple H goes, yeah, I need to check with the big man. Big man says, no, off you go. Seems pretty innocent to me.
Exactly. I think the Elite could learn a lot from him. They should need to apologize.
Yeah, The Miz is a bigger man than the Elite, confirmed. Jokes aside. Also, it should be noted as well, like, a bunch of other AEW people have been backstage.
Yeah.
Like, Malachi and Andrade were at the Hall of Fame.
Ricky
Starks. Like, I think QT reportedly has been back.
And of course, Britt Baker was on that NXT show years ago. She insisted on being on camera.
She demanded it, in fact.
Oh, Britt Baker interview out yet? It's really good to see her at Wale Mania.
It's not out yet, but it's sensational.
Yeah,
Wait
she's
till
great.
You see it.
Finally, let's talk about my best friend, Maxwell Jacob Friedman. He was tweeting and subsequently deleting the tweets about the inherent dangers of the more wrestling fans, MJF tweeted, become bloodthirsty for these dangerous feats in the ring, the more the wrestlers will hurt themselves trying to curry fans' favour. Wrestlers, the fans don't understand that at any given point we can be paralysed from the neck down or even die from a manoeuvre as simple as a body slam. By the way, fans reading this, body slams hurt. Every move hurts. This will keep moving the goalposts of what they deem is good. So before you do something stupid, consider this. Their tweet about your banger is going to pay for your medical bills. Do the right thing. Go in that ring with the intention of winning the match and leaving the ring the same way you entered it. And he got into it with someone who's saying about the ridiculous flippy stuff that they do. And basically he said, yeah, I can do all that. I just choose not to.
Yeah. You can't really argue
Am I going to sneeze?
Oh.
No.
Oh, COVID? Hopefully not. Sneezing's not actually a symptom, folks, so you're probably okay. Yeah, I mean, like, as someone who's never taken a bump in their life, like, we can't argue with this at all.
No.
Yeah, he's dead right. Obviously, professionals are entitled to make whatever decision with their bodies they want. If they want to go and do 7 million flips, it's up to them.
Yep.
If they want to preserve their bodies, like MJF clearly does, up to him as well. That's the glory of pro wrestling. Variety of different styles.
And if they want to use light tubes, they're a dickhead. I hate light tubes.
I quite like light tubes, to be honest. But, people make different choices and you have to let them be in charge of their own destiny. But MJF's right and people should be aware of the risks. That's my take on this.
Well-versed take on that. It's a nuanced point. You're right, Andy. And you're wrong if you disagree with my best friend, and I'll fight you. And I've seen him do the Commander Rope Walk. I just wasn't allowed to film it. It's when we hang out, Andy.
I saw him
do it all the time.
Quadruple. You showed me that clip you have on your phone of him doing a quadruple rotation space flying tiger ninja destroyer.
This is the thing, though. As much as all this is like, oh yeah, give it. He can do it. He can do quite a lot of the stuff. And that's why the beauty of his character is when he pulls it out, you're like, oh bloody hell, he's really been taken to his limit, and
That's the joy of pro wrestling, when it's like a guy who works a simple style and they bust out a crazy move. It means so much. Like when Tomohiro Ishii did a Hurricane Rana on Kenny Omega, Frankenstein or whatever it was. I was like, what the hell? It's fun when stuff like that happens.
Indeed.
Wrestling, I like big lumbering giants. I like flippy doos. I like death matches. I like technical stuff. I like everything in between. I don't like, what's something I don't like? NXT. There you go. Sorry, NXT. It's just not for me.
Your boys are on just thought what you said about big lads. Yeah. Your boys are on Dynamite tonight, aren't they?
They are.
They had a chat with a Crumb to set it up.
The Crumb.
If you haven't seen this, go and watch the promo, as always, from Butcher and the Blade.
Newsflash, Slick. Which one? I like their dynamic, right? Because the Butcher's calmer when he does the promo and more measured.
Brings the energy,
talking about the Crumb, and then the Blade just erupts. I think you're the Blade of this group.
Yeah, but I also love the fact that, in the words of Michael Sidgwick, crumbs have now become sentient.
It's the lore.
I thought crumbs were just you're just crumbs to me. I'm
the boy. The crumbs the lore of the crumb is evolving. As a king. You know another thing about the Butcher and the Blade, right? A lot of people use the word cooking. He's cooking these days. This is cooking, whatever, Papa H. Let him cook, all of that stuff. You know what you can't do? You can't cook until you've prepared the meat. And they've been preparing the meat for a long, long time. Literally, the Butcher and the Blade. Put some respect on them.
They're going to kick Ken Omega's ass
Ken Omega and Dave Takeshita. They're going down.
Right, let's move on to your Twitter questions. At WhatCulture WWE, of course, you want to get in touch with us. A spooky photo of two dogs caught my eye.
Oh wow, is that Larry and?
I hope not. It's
Freddie.
from Mark Solly, who says, "Morning legends. What would be one crazy booking that would really show Vince's back and Papa H can't stop him? Besides Mania's main event, I can see Cena coming back, beating the foreign heel Gunter for the IC title, and having finally become a Grand Slam champ. God, I hope
That's
not."
like a perfect example. Brock winning the title.
I was just going to steal your thing from yesterday. If they put that new big gold belt on Brock, game over.
Brock winning the new belt, or Omos like winning it. Although Omos would be kind of fun. I'm an Omos guy now. Like, I think he's awesome.
Yeah.
Like,
And the way things are heading on Raw, mine would be no women's appearance whatsoever in a 3-hour wrestling show.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Yeah, it's Brock winning the belt, isn't it? I mean, it's quite a predictable one. Or like,
If Brock beats Cody at Backlash, Jesus Christ.
yeah, that would be it. Oh my God, imagine.
It's redemption story. Oh, no.
Cody needs more adversity,
It's a bit
guys.
like when they did the I really liked it when they set it up as Kaz as the elite hunter in
Yes.
AEW, and then like his first hurdle, it was just like he just lost.
He's just lost to Gallows as
I was
well.
like, oh,
Yeah,
that's dead then.
That was so frustrating because he was getting over.
Yeah.
He was doing these run-ins in the hoodie, and everyone was like, "Wow, this is cool!" And then he just lost to Gallows.
You were like, oh, okay, he's not going to be like a pay-per-view challenger, but he could be a good like TV, because it was when Ken Omega was world champion, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So it's like beat them, and then just lose.
fall at the last hurdle.
Exactly.
Great, good story. Nope, Gallows beat him.
Check out the interview with Kaz, by the way, that Miller got at WrestleCon.
I'm laughing at
Good
the
chat.
absurdity of it, by the way.
Yeah.
Like Kaz rules and like Gallows is a lot of fun, but what?
But yeah, Mark's nailed it there.
Who came up with that?
Cena comes back and they do a bloody flag match with Gunther or something.
A flag match. Oh, jeez.
Is that with Rusev?
What is something that's distinctly Austrian that Vince would work? Like schnitzel or something
Yeah,
like that. Like,
schnitzel on a pole.
oh God.
It's been cooked so you can use it as a weapon.
And
Boom.
what else? Opera. There's a lot of opera in Austria.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Vienna, they love that.
Oh, Vienna. Ultravox.
Yeah.
There you go.
Ultravox play the next pay-per-view.
I'm pretty sure there's-
Can't be as bad as that Hardy twat or whatever his name
Oh
was.
God, he made me.
Is that the Rumble he ruined?
I've never been so despondent. I was like, get to the main event, brother. Get to the main event. Here's a 15-minute video package. Okay, we're finally there. Hardy.
Why? Music and... To a certain extent, not that rule isn't hard and fast, actually. I'm not even going to finish that sentence. Because
Yeah,
music
music-
and wrestling don't mix. They obviously do.
Yeah, but there's
Live
like
performances are not very often.
25% of it is crap.
Yeah.
Hardy. There's some others. I'm not going to pick on others. But like, yeah, there we go.
Right, let's move on. Austin Santana says, "Hear me out, legends. Roman gets his 1,000 days. Randy returns and dethrones Roman. Randy turns heel in the course of time, drops the title to Cody Rhodes at WrestleMania. Legacy versus legacy."
See, I'm in favor of doing Cody versus Randy in the future, right? I think that would make a lot of narrative sense, but not this way. I don't see the value in Randy Orton dethroning Roman Reigns. I don't see the value in Cody then not beating Roman and beating Randy for the
I
belt
want legacy
instead.
lore in my wrestling.
Yeah, like I don't see the value in this particular execution, but I would be in favor of when Cody eventually gets a big belt, doing him and Randy for that as like a 2-month cycle or something. I'm actually here for the legacy lore, brother. I want Manu involved in everyone.
Yeah, I forgot about him.
Maybe not Ted Jr. Maybe keep him
He's a bit
away
busy,
from it.
isn't he?
Yeah,
Jeez.
he's got a lot on at the moment. But yeah, maybe not your execution of it for me, but I can see why you'd get there.
Yeah, I like that. I like the suggestion, Austin. I don't think they should do it. For me, there is one way that they save this Cody World Title Redemption arc. Okay, I'm still huffing that copium that it wasn't all completely lost.
Let me guess. Time machine.
Maybe that might be the only other solution. Look, Cody has to beat Roman at SummerSlam for Roman's belt. He shouldn't be involved with a big gold belt. Right, that should be a Seth or whoever thing. Cody has to finish the story by beating Roman Reigns at SummerSlam after going past Brock and a few others. Solo Sikoa again, because that was really fun. Not via Money in the Bank. He has to earn his way back into it. But we shall wait and see.
I wish I had your enthusiasm for it.
Come on, you're telling me there's a chance. Final question today comes from Brandon, who writes, now that Pretty Deadly are hashtag swimming with the fishes, it appears that the family is moving into the tag team title picture. Do you think Tony D will eventually move up into contention for the NXT title?
I'm just
going to see
no.
if I know someone who could maybe answer that question. But Andy, what do you think?
I think I'm leaving the shoot.
Yeah, Andy! Where's he going? That's right, guys. It's me, Stacks, so what was the question again? Do you think Tony D is going to move up into contention for the NXT title? Well, not before me and Tony D win those goddamn tag titles from Gallus. So, yeah, if you want to hold them both for gold, I like it. What do you think, Andy? What do you think, Eel? Hey, you little twat. Right, okay. I'd written a joke for Andy because I knew he might like it, but I'm going to tell it to you, Eel, instead. Okay, here you come. Oh, he's got a little mouthful over here. Okay. I got a question for you, Eel. What kind of eel hits your eye like a big pizza pie, huh? What kind of eel hits your eye like a big pizza pie? That's amore! It's the way I goddamn tell him. See you later, guys. Oh, bye, Stacks. Oh, what a nice guy Stacks is, eh? Right. Don't know what's happening here, but let us know your thoughts on everything we've discussed in the comment section below. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe to WhatCulture Wrestling, wherever you get your podcasts from, for daily wrestling podcast. Myself, the Dandy Boys, and Stacks sitting down to review NXT Spring Breaking Dude a little bit later on today. And look ahead to AEW Dynamite tonight. Thoughts, Twitter questions, all that good stuff on Twitter at WhatCulture WWE. Whilst there, you can follow both of us. You can follow Andy at... Oh, golly, he's not here. Oh, you're right. You can follow me at Andy H. Murray. The H stands for Hoop 66. It's coming home. Oh, well, thanks, Andy. You can follow me on Twitter at Adam Wilborn. Follow us all at WhatCulture WWE. But for now, my thanks to Andy. Thank you for joining us, and we will see you soon.